Welcome to a new video, ideal or potential series, where I show you dinners that you'll actually want to make. They're fast, they're approachable, use realistic ingredients, and you can master them at home. This right here is all of the ingredients we're going to need for today's recipe, and you can add all sorts of different things to this to make it your own. Now, starting with the prep, we'll use one brown or yellow onion. Just take off both ends, slice it in half, and then peel it. Once peeled, we can start thinly slicing this. You can do this any way. You can also dice it, but we're going to be caramelizing this, so the long strands are always a lot better. Use the side of a knife to push down and crush 6 cloves of freshly peeled garlic, and then just go through and roughly chop. You can even put a little bit of sea salt flakes on this as well to use as an abrasive, and that's going to break it down, and you can scrape the knife through it and get a really nice paste. But we don't need a paste for this recipe. We only need that rough chop. One thing with garlic is the way you prepare it is going to make a difference to your dish. When you're roughly chopping it like this, you get a really nice nutty flavor on it because there's those larger pieces, whereas if you grate it, it's going to be really fine and it will burn quite quickly. Now, you might have noticed that I've been using new knives in the last couple of videos, as well as in this one. Well, there's something to show you. Now, I've used a lot of knives in my career, but hands down, these are the best knives I've ever used. The guys over at Koi Knives have really outdone themselves with these ones. Visually, they're beautiful. The handles are stunning. They fit extremely well in the hand and they're super comfortable. And then you've got the engravement of the river as well as the name of the river on the side of the knife. As of this video going live, so is the iconic river collection over on Kickstarter. You can get them as a whole set, or you can get individual knives, and you can use the link in the description as well as the pinned comment, or you can scan the QR code on screen to go over there right now. Rewards are guaranteed. You're going to get yourself a beautiful knife, and thank you so much to Koi Knives. Let's now place a large pot of water onto our stovetop, place this over a high heat and just let this come up to a boil in the background. Then place a large pan over a medium-high heat and just get this nice and hot. Add in 1 tablespoon or 14 grams of unsalted butter and 1 tablespoon or 20 milliliters of olive oil. Then straight in with the sliced brown or yellow onion and a pinch of salt. Take your time here, we're cooking these low and slow for about 15 to 20 minutes until golden and jammy. I'm actually going to take mine a little bit further just to get that really nice deep molasses flavour. The salt helps draw out moisture, which speeds up caramelization and gives you that sweet, rich flavour. And if the onions start to catch on the bottom, just loosen them with a splash of water, stock or wine. Once the onions are soft and caramelized, like I said, I'm taking these a little bit further. Add in the minced garlic cloves and stir for about 30 seconds, just until they're nice and fragrant. Go in with 1 teaspoon or 4 grams of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon or 4 grams of garlic powder, and 1 teaspoon or 2 grams of dried Italian herbs. Let these toast for about a minute to bloom and deepen their flavour. Deglaze the pan with 1/4 cup or 60 milliliters of dry white wine. If you can't consume alcohol, you can use stock, and I'm using vegetable stock for this one, and let it reduce by about half. This lifts all of the flavour from the bottom and adds a bit of acidity. Now pour in 1 cup or 250 milliliters of thickened cream, then stir through 2 tablespoons or 30 grams of chili crisp oil and 2 teaspoons or 10 milliliters of low sodium soy sauce. Mix that all together, allow those flavors to become friends, and let this simmer gently for 3 to 4 minutes until slightly thickened. With the water at a boil, generously season it with salt. Add in 300 grams or 10.5 ounces of any pasta of your choice. Swirl that in. Try not to drop any. Swirl that in and then just cook this for about 2 minutes less than the packet instructions. Now, after it's reduced down, you have this really nice, thick, deep golden orange sauce with those really nice caramelized onions poking through. What we can do is add in our Parmesan cheese. Just sprinkle that over the top. And I'm also going to add in some of that flat leaf parsley. We'll save some for garnish. Mix that all through, just allow that cheese to melt. Just be gentle with it though, we don't want anything clumping up. Also, if your sauce is too thick, you can just add a splash of water or stock to thin it down, as well as using the pasta water, which we'll use in a moment as well. With that done, we have this nice thick sauce. When the pasta's cooked and drained, we can add that straight into the sauce. Then, keeping this over a low heat, just fold all of that through, getting all of that spaghetti sauced up. Also starting to look really good now as well. Just the consistency with any reserved pasta water. And all of that does is the starch in the water just helps the sauce cling to the pasta a little bit more. And in this case, I'm using it to actually thin down our sauce slightly. Once you're happy with that, what you should have is a beautiful pasta that looks like that. When it comes to serving up, stack this nice and high in bowls. This recipe will easily serve 2, 3 if you're pushing it a little bit, but you can easily double and triple the recipe if you want to make more, or even half it if you want to make a little bit less. Hit it up with a little bit more Parmesan cheese just to add that nice little finishing touch. Add over the remaining flat leaf parsley to brighten it up and add more freshness. Then hit it up with a little bit of cracked black pepper. So we have just made this caramelized onion garlic butter pasta. It came together in less than 30 minutes using realistic ingredients, and you can add all sorts of different stuff to this if you want to spruce it up a little bit. You can add some spinach, you can add prawns, chicken, beef, do what you need to do to make it your own. It's incredibly easy to make. There is only one thing left to do though, and that is we can then dig it. That right there is a definite must-try recipe. It's not over the top, the flavors work really well together, and that chili crisp oil just adds that nice subtle heat, which of course you don't have to use if you don't like it. Really do appreciate you guys watching the videos. Please do drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and check out the link in the description as well as the pinned comment, and go grab yourself a knife from Koi Knives.